Alright, now I got to get back out in this again, walk through those puddles to get back. This is the common room. Since there's no washer or dryer, everybody just puts their stuff in here to dry their stuff out. The kitchen area. In hostels, everybody washes their own dishes. I don't know where my new hat is. My Scotland hat. Must be back in the cabin, because I wore it in here last night. So, the main house right here, that's where I stayed, out there. This is powered by solar power and wind power to get their electricity and their hot water. I'll go back here and see if I left my hat. And it's raining again. I'm gonna have to put on my wet shoes to go back. I've got on my dry shoes right now, thank goodness. Put on my wet shoes to walk back, and then I'll switch them again. And that's actually the youth hostel from the back. Ooh, it's cold out here today. My feet are gonna be frozen. So anyway, so last night, after my story was after I decided to go ahead, after I'd been lost and went the wrong way and figured that I knew the right way, I came back and found that little cabin called the Strawberry Cottage with all those Scottish gentlemen. Knocked on the door to get directions. They invited me in, said, "Do you want a beer?" I said, "Yeah, if you'll give me some whiskey." And from that point on, we sat and laughed and talked for about an hour until I was warm. They told me how to get here. So I walked back down about another, I guess, hour and a half, because it was from 8:30 and I got here at 10, and that was through it was raining the whole time, pitch black. I could see the trail, but I would just walk, all of a sudden I'd be ankle deep in water, and sometimes even a little bit deeper. And I thought I would never find it, and I was gonna have to just lay down in the middle of the path and go to sleep. But I found it. It was great. And that's where I stayed. Now it's back to the real world. There's here's the main path right up there, and I didn't see this one with the little bridge that goes across this small path, so I walked in pitch black through that. Well, I could have walked up here if I could have seen it. But there's no bridge here, so I'll just try to get across as best I can. I guess I can go up here and it won't be as bad. You have to remember it's like 50 degrees today, and this water is not warm. It's probably better down there. That's going too fast. Worst thing in the world for me to do would be to fall down. Who made me do this anyway? That's what I'd like to know. I think if I could go back and I knew what was all going to go on, I might not have done this. But I guess I'm glad I can say that I did. There's a little shrew running along here. See if I can find him. Oh, he went swimming through this little puddle and disappeared. He was cute. It's funny, while I'm walking, I can look ahead and see my path about, I guess, a mile away. And just know that I'm going to be there at some point. awesome. Gonna head back to that strawberry cottage where I hung out last night, because I think I left my new Scottish cap there. And also one of the guys said that if I got there before noon, he'd give me a lift into the town, Calhane, I think it is, halfway here between here and Drumnadrochit, which will help out a lot. Here I go again. There's no way around it. Thank goodness I've got an extra pair of dry shoes with me, so as soon as I get to the end of the trail, I can put on my dry shoes. Whew. Here's my pack. I don't know if you can see. I got my backpack and the sleeping bag hanging down at the bottom. That's what I've been lugging around. Oh, what I just spotted around the corner. That means I'm almost to the cabin where the guys are. I just hope they haven't left for the city yet. I caught them. I think they're just leaving to go into town right now, but I left my cap in here, so I'm gonna pick it up. Strawberry Cottage, where all the old Scott guys are. They're out fishing today, but one of them is going to give me a lift into town. I got to get them on video a little bit because they're so funny and their accents are so strong. Now I can understand them really easy though. I'm gonna go down here and see if they need any help.
There's no point in cutting. There's no point in cutting and then.
Hey, yeah, perfect.
There's no point in cutting, is there? Unless we've got a somewhere to put it. I'm not picking the bloody things up twice. What do you think?
Shh, I had to take a shapoopy and I wiped my butt with Scottish moss.
Of course. So Brian, he was in some little distress, but I had the jungle juice with me, so
Yeah.
he got a spraying of that. Then he put his jihad gym mask on. He offered me one, but I said, "Look, Brian," I said, "I've enough bloody difficulty with it. Pull the mask off." I'm going to wait to see if I can find a breeze somewhere. I didn't find one by the time I got up here, so Sandy offered to make me a cup of tea while I disentangled his fishing line for it.
He's got a tangle again every time Sandy gets a tangle.
Every time.
Where is he now? Has he gone off?
He's away up that way a bit. He's away for half an hour, and he said he'd be back here at 1ish.
Well, we're going to lunch at 1 and then you're going to the road, aren't you? And you're heading for Drumnadrochit with Frankie. Good on you.
I've got 3 stops. I've got Drumnadrochit to get my stuff, then Inverness, then Carbisdale Castle.
Well, I'm going to Inverness, you see. You've got to go to Inverness anyway to go home.
Oh, that's if you do that.
So that gets you up to Inverness.
You could? Oh, that would be
I've got to go
super.
I've got to go that way anyway, you see. So I can take you to Drumnadrochit, pick up your gear.
Oh,
and then
perfect.
Head up to Inversnakie.
Then I can find my way from there.
So it's desperately far from there, is it? I think.
I don't know. I'll bus or whatever. You know, I've got my passes and everything.
You'll carry something to protect.
Because of the height, they'll go for the highest point.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, so they'll swoop for the top of the stick.
Is that little camera working there, is it? Smile, you're on camera.
Well, see, now everybody knows it's not as good. Just the stories, be able to take the stories home with me. See, now I gotta. And we're about to take off. Those guys up there were so cool. What do you get?
Well, I've got a wee bag with some fruit in it there.
Oh yeah?
How many?
There's a 4 or 5. Aye, 5 in the bag and I have 2 on here.
Alright.
When I do this bit.
You just want to let it drift into that edge and bring it in
just
for
let
the...
it drift in and then pull
Aye.
your line in, cast it again. So cast it at about 45 degrees or something and let it come
let
out.
it come in.
But,
So you want to have like a float or nothing on that? No.
No, just a fly like. And then we've got 3 down the other side there and the way down to the lock like. So cast that line there and managed to get
Aye.
Oh, I know it.
Keeps it to his eyes.
Gosh, if I've done up.
I'm at the Inverness train station. I went to the bus station. They said there's no buses, but there should be a train. Check out the names of these cities. Colerane's Roundabout. Off this train, tiny little station, and I stayed last night out in the middle of the Highlands. Tonight I'm staying in a castle. It's just 150 yards from here, so I'm hiking up. Lines in Scotland have the English, I guess Scottish language, and then afterwards it's the Celtic on every sign everywhere. So instead of being English and Spanish, it's English, Scottish, and Celtic. Well, I thought it was this one after walking up a 100-yard hill, but apparently it's further up the road. There it is. I made it just in time for dinner. Whoa, naked ladies. Well, hello. Be back to talk to you later. I want to touch one of those. I'm up on the top floor of this castle. Of course, I had to haul all my stuff up here. And I'm lost already. Ooh. Doing me some laundry, clean up all my wet stanky stuff from Glen Affric. And then I'm gonna go explore for a little bit. This computer room I'm in, well, it's a lounge for the hostel. This one room is as big as a house. Most houses could fit inside this room. I think I'm the last one up, so I'm gonna go to bed.